What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Jamie Reviews. I am Jameson Michael, and today we had to bring you a quick video on a shoe from Reebok. What? A running shoe from Reebok? But Reebok doesn't make running. Oh, be quiet. You already clicked the video, so let's not waste any more time. Today we have the Forever FloatRide Energy. Now, we tried the original Reebok FloatRide a year or so ago, in which we liked. But this shoe comes at more of a budget price, so some cuts will have to be made. But budget models can still be good, right? You got an engineered mesh that we found to be pretty breathable throughout the shoe, and the fit was good. We had no pressure points, and our foot felt secure. You got some overlays on the sides to give the shoe some structure. And typically I'm not a fan of overlays, but if it helps get the job done, whatever. The heel was secure and felt reinforced to give the shoe a more stable ride. And the tongue was pretty much a basic mesh style tongue. And you might be thinking, but Jamie, you need to be more detailed. And I would say, there's not much to be detailed about. This is as basic of an upper as you can get. There's nothing fancy about it, but nothing much to hate. It's just simple, and it feels good. It fits well, and it's just not that exciting. The midsole uses what Reebok calls their FloatRide Energy foam. Now, this foam felt completely different from the foam that was in a normal FloatRide, or in the FloatRide Fast or Pro, which I guess is why they consider it a budget model. But who cares? How does it feel? And to keep things simple, it felt great. Like, actually really great. I was not expecting this foam to feel the way it did. Now, the term energy return gets thrown around all the time, and every shoe has it. And like I said, I was not expecting much from the shoe. But the cushioning and the energy felt soft enough to give me some of that impact protection. And even through the midfoot and the forefoot, the cushioning was still there. And that bouncing sensation coming off your stride was something else. Now, I'm not quite sure, but I almost couldn't believe it wasn't butter. It was that smooth. This foam felt like a mix between Adidas Boost and the Skechers Hyperburst. Now, it's not quite as bouncy as Hyperburst, but it is much lighter than Boost. Which for a $100 shoe, I felt like I was being lied to. But this foam is the real deal. Now, the outsole keeps things basic. You got full coverage rubber throughout, which is great. A lot of shoes are wanting to be lighter and leaner, and sometimes that means sacrificing some durability. And that is not the case here. And with as much rubber as it has, it felt pretty light, and the shoe is still flexible. The ride felt natural, and the traction on roads was as good as you expect from any other good road shoe. So, okay, I'm just confused on how this shoe is just $100. As a daily training shoe, this should be an easy pickup from anyone who wants an all-around shoe that can go from faster days to even longer runs. We've used this thing on track workouts, long runs, and everything in between. Now, it's not amazing at anything, but it's really good at most things. Now, I was trying to find a reason to not like this shoe, and we really couldn't. Now, I know it's a Reebok, and many runners will probably not even give it a chance. But hey, I'm just here to inform the people. Now, I'm not sure if Reebok is just testing us, but this just may be the most slept on shoe of the year.
Impressive.
Alright guys, this is the post-review review. Today we got Uncle Mike. I'm gonna be straight up. This is one of those shoes that I was not excited about. I didn't care to try it. Even when, now these shoes were sent to us for free. This is one of the few ones that get sent for free, so I'm definitely excited. But regardless, I was really surprised about it. It's kind of a shoe that has nothing exciting about it, but it is everything that you want a shoe to do. It's not super heavy. It's cushioned throughout. It's versatile. I feel like I've been on the track. I went on my long jog, and it felt good. It wasn't anything exciting about it, but I just liked, it got the job done, I'm trying to say. It got the job done. I think that could be the title of this whole video. $100, right?
$100, and that just really gets me excited because there's a lot of overpriced shoes on the market that I think it's just kind of bullshit. Like they price some shoes too high. So when I first got this, I learned that it was $100. I was like, oh, that's rad. So I agree. This is a shoe, nothing more and nothing less. It is a perfectly decent running shoe for your running needs. And that's my take on
It
it.
gets the job done, Uncle Mike. That's what it does.
It's
And
a
I hate
shoe.
it. I almost hate that I like this shoe.
Yeah.
Because there are shoes that cost $130, $140. You know what this reminds me of? Don't hurt me for this one. But you know I love Skechers.
Yeah, yeah.
I love the Hyperburst foam in the Razor 3.
Yeah.
This foam, low-key reminded me of that foam.
Yeah, I've never actually, see, the thing is I haven't run in that foam, but I really felt something different in this. Like, where it did take it from that $100 standpoint and kind of made me go, all right, was the foam. I liked the energy return on it, or quote-unquote energy
It has
return.
that.
Yeah, and it didn't, my foot didn't swim around, and it felt stable because it's got a wide platform, but it didn't swim.
Bruh.
I just love the budget price of it.
It's a Reebok.
Yeah.
I know. I don't wear Skechers. I don't wear Reebok. I know the brands aren't known for running, but they're making moves, guys.
Yeah, Float Ride series is what's up, especially this one. I think shoes are generally overbuilt, just all the time. I think that there's too much shoe, they add too many features, and this was a pleasant surprise. So I graciously tip my hat to Reebok. The only thing that I noticed right when I put it on was that I was wondering if I would have needed to break in the upstairs. Did you feel that at all? It was a little stiff.
I feel fine with mine.
Okay,
but
cool.
But give them details of how you feel about yours.
Well, sometimes I feel like a little stiffness around the ankle. I would associate it with maybe a budget shoe, but I gotta tell you, it did not bother me. Usually these nitpicking things, when you start running, you don't notice it because you're thinking about running.
That's the thing. We're having a nitpick on a $100 shoe.
I know, I agree.
Typically, when the shoe's great, we got nitpick on the $150 range shoes because they're really good. But you got this is like a $100 shoe, and we're having to like find things we don't like about it. I would say the one thing that I would say as far as not great is a little bit on the sizing. It fit a little, like a tad long.
I agree.
But I also feel like if I went down a half a size, it may be a little too short. It's like that quarter size type thing where it's a quarter size too long, but a half size down may be a little too snug for some.
Yeah, yeah.
So I would say if you have a narrow foot, maybe go down half a size. Me having a wider foot, I think that my true size, as far as like my running size, was fine. So that'd be the only thing I'll watch out for. But for $100, I'm not mad. I mean, this foam, that's the story of this shoe.
Yeah.
The upper, basic. The outsole, good enough. This foam right here,
Yeah.
I would put it over a lot of the foams that I think is better than Everrun.
I would agree with you on that.
I think
It
not,
doesn't swim as much as the Everrun does. It feels more stable.
Yeah.
It feels, because they built it on a wider platform. But
Even-
the Everruns usually suck.
I
and
like
it's wide,
Everrun.
but
I love the freedom. I love those kind of shoes. But this definitely showed me something different.
I actually say that, but the Kinvara is one of my favorite shoes of
Yeah.
all time.
But look, well, tell them. So would you pick the Kinvara over this one? Or would you say was close? Kinvara's a popular shoe. It's like one of the best shoes out there as far
This
as.
would not win over a used Kinvara for cheaper, but new shoes, like if I could find a Kinvara like 9 on a sell rack, I'd probably go for it because I know that it fits my foot, so it accommodates my foot perfectly. This one being a little long, shoot, it's a toss-up. I just think that this shoe is gonna get people running. It's gonna be a pleasant purchase, and people aren't gonna regret buying this shoe. There's just nothing wrong.
You can't. Yeah, there's not enough wrong with it for the price, and I personally like this better than the original Float Ride that has the P-backs foam. This
The
foam's
one,
different.
that little where it had that thing in the back right there.
Yeah. This
That
foam's
was whack.
different than the
I don't know about
other
that.
not the flight foams, the
Yeah.
other foams from the Float Ride foam. This foam's different, but I like it. It reminds me of if Boost had the same energy return but was lighter. This is what it would be. It'd be
Yeah.
this. I think Reebok and Adidas is kind of like the same brand in a way.
Mhm.
They affiliated, but maybe they use the same technology, and I don't know.
Adidas owns Reebok,
There we
but
go.
I believe that they're made, from what I gather. Now that you can't quote me on this, but I think they're made in different manufacturing lines.
There you go.
So Reebok is still as it was, but yeah, I did talk to one of the reps, and I don't know if they're going to use this particular foam because isn't this different than the FloatRide?
Yeah, this is
Run
different.
Fast.
This is different from the
This
Fast
is a new
and the Pro.
foam. So I think I'm wondering if they're going to use this FloatRide Energy foam on the new FloatRide Run Fast series. I'm not sure.
You never know. We'll find out. Overall, on a scale of 1 to 10, because I like to keep things within the price range, for a $100 shoe, on a scale of 1 to 10, I would say this shoe is a solid 7 or 8.
I agree.
If the Convera for that price range is considered the 9 or 10,
Mm-hmm.
this would be a 7 or an 8. And I'm not mad.
No.
I'm not mad at all. Any last words? If not, you can do the outro. Tell them to stay in school and
Let me get ready for this. All right, everybody. You gotta stay in school. You gotta don't do drugs again, more than once. And then, and if you did do them, you gotta learn from your mistakes. And then what you gotta do is you gotta plan.
the battery's dying, damn it.
You gotta execute your damn. You tell him I can't do your outro for you.
Stay in school, don't do drugs, and if you can, keep it tight. God, I'm throwing this shit like Thomas. I missed a